Hi there, my name is McKenna Andrus, and I'm the 2020 Miss Rodeo Florida. My job as Miss Rodeo Florida is to represent the wonderful state of Florida as well as the Pro Rodeo Cowboys Association. In December, I will be competing for the title of Miss Rodeo America out in Las Vegas, Nevada.
My name is Courtney Clare. I am Miss Teen Rodeo Florida, and I accompany McKenna to all of the pro rodeos across the state of Florida, and I will be cheering her on at Las Vegas at the Miss Rodeo America pageant. It is the Arcadia Rodeo is the granddaddy of them all, and I come from 3 hours north, but this is still my favorite rodeo, and you should all come and watch because you will never see another rodeo like it.
Hello and welcome to the 92nd Annual Arcadia All-Florida Championship Rodeo. I'm Mary Beth Dunlap, I'm the Executive Director, and joining me is President and Director Don Hall. Today we're going to see some amazing things. Don, can you give us a rundown?
Sure, thank you Mary Beth, and again I want to welcome everybody to the Mosaic Arena, home of the Arcadia All-Florida Championship Rodeo. And I want to let you know that today we are ready for the most exciting rodeo in the Southeast, the largest rodeo in the Southeast, the best contestants in the Southeast, and the best animals from Frontier Rodeo in the Southeast. They are the stock contractor of the year, and they always bring their best horses, their best bulls, and the cowboys love to come down and try to get on them and get 8 seconds. A lot of times the animals win, and we're so happy to see that because that makes it more exciting sometimes. Today you can look forward to seeing the quadrille. That's the infamous square dance on horseback that always, to me, is one of the most exciting events that we've had. Next, there'll be the mutton busting, and where the little kids, we bring the up-and-coming cowpokes. They come right to us, and they all get on the sheep, and they start to learn to ride at an early age, and the public absolutely loves it. And there are more cheers for these little children that get on these sheep and ride them as far as they can. It's outstanding. We have the broncs again, and we have the saddle bronc, the bareback riding, bull riding. We have all the timed events, and I think it's going to be a wonderful day. So I hope that you will stick around and enjoy it and be with us the whole time. Thank you.
Don't go away, stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Well, I'm Greg Simas. I'm the announcer here at the Arcadia Florida Championship Rodeo. Been here 7 years. I hail from Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania? How
Pennsylvania.
did you get involved in rodeo?
It's purely accidental. No, born and raised in Northern California. Rodeo is really big up in Northern California. Went into the military, served my country for 6 years. My last duty station was in Maryland. Fell in love, had a family, grabbed a microphone, and the rest is history.
So here you are at this beautiful new facility for the Arcadia Rodeo, and it really is a beautiful facility.
Absolutely.
What are some of the things that you'd like to bring as the announcer to this event?
Well, number one, I'm a fan. So I'm no different than anybody sitting in these seats. The only difference is I have a microphone. So what I'm experiencing, I want them to feel it. For the new rodeo fans, I want to educate them a little bit. Tell them about rodeo, where it came from, why we do what we do, what the rules are. But then I also want to bring that energy. I want to let them know we're here to have fun. This is family entertainment first and foremost. You know, they paid for the whole seat. We only want them to use the front edge though. And so that's kind of my goal, is just get them excited and bring them in and make them feel like they're part of our family, because they are.
You must know an awful lot about the riders and participants in all these events too. So you have a little insight into their talent and their ability as well, right?
Oh, without question. I mean, I get to know these guys throughout the year. I work rodeos from Utah to Texas to Montana to Florida to New York. So I get to know them throughout the course of the year. I still do probably for every performance, I spend about 2 hours doing some homework on the contestants and the livestock. You know, I don't know what every contestant did last week, so I'll go and research what they did, where they did it. But I do my due diligence, I think, on the livestock and the contestants. That way I can bring that to the crowd, because they certainly don't know them. So I want to make them feel like they know each and every one of these contestants personally, and bring them into our family. So we're very fortunate here, as this is pretty much one of the only stops on the eastern seaboard that you're going to see the caliber of contestants and the caliber of livestock that we assemble here in DeSoto County. I mean, the 5-time and reigning stock contractor of the year, Frontier Rodeo Company out of Freedom, Oklahoma, Heath Stewart, they bring the livestock here. They're coming straight from Arlington, Texas. The American, which was televised, live, broadcast, and $2 million rodeo. They came straight from Arlington, Texas to here. If that shows you the caliber of bucking stock. And a lot of the contestants have been to Las Vegas. World champions come here every year. So it's one of those unique deals on the East Coast where it all comes together at once.
Now, Greg, you look around, you've been to many rodeos, you've been involved in a lot throughout the country. But one of the great things about rodeo is it's really family oriented.
Yeah.
People are here with their kids, their seniors here. What does it mean to you to see this great turnout of an audience for rodeo?
Well, first and foremost, and you said it right, it is a family, it's family. We pass it down generation to generation. Not only in the spectators, the grandparents brought their kids, now their kids are bringing their kids, and it's a piece of our history in this country that people don't quite understand. In order to move west, when the immigrants settled here back in the day, they had to have cowboys. And so rodeo truly is America's original sport, born and bred from the competitive spirits of the men we call cowboys. So you'll see it in the stands, as you pointed out, especially here, grandparents to the grandkids, but you'll see it in rodeo also, 2nd, 3rd, 4th generation rodeo athletes. And so it's something that we want to keep going. We want to keep that Western heritage alive, not only here in DeSoto County, but in this country. So I love to see it in the fans. It means so much to look in the fans and see the youngsters. And you'll hear music of all genres. We play to the ones that like the old big swing Texas country music, and you'll hear some of that stuff where the grandparents go, "What is that?" So we tried to appeal to every generation that comes.
Final question for you.
Yes, sir.
If you had the opportunity to talk to a large audience and encourage people to come to a rodeo or to have an experience with it, what would you say to people who haven't experienced rodeo to come?
Well, first and foremost, you have to experience it. And nowadays, media and social media and things like that, you don't want to be persuaded one way or another. Experience it yourself and truly see what is our Western heritage. And because it plays back to the days of the 1800s and what founded this country for over 243 years. So you really got to experience it yourself. It's not the same on television. You got to come live, and there's no better place than come live right here at the Mosaic Arena.
Final question.
You said that last time.
What's next for you?
What's next for me? Well, I was supposed to go to Beaumont, Texas, but unfortunately they've postponed that event. So my next rodeo, I'll be in Lubbock, Texas, I think the first weekend of April, but I'm going home. I've been in Florida for a month and a half, and I'm ready to go home, see my wife and 3 kids, and spend a little time with them, and then I go back down to Texas.
Well, I'll tell you this, I think this really is the Life and Blood. It's probably the largest nonprofit organization that our small rural community has, and there are so many organizations that rely on this for their funding throughout the year. So this rodeo today is just so important to keep us alive here in this small town.
Judge, you've seen the rodeo kind of grow and prosper and nurture. What are some of the big changes that you've seen over the years?
Well, what we've seen, obviously, from my perspective, what I've seen is a lot more athletic livestock. And I know that the public, usually, if you're involved in rodeo and you are a rodeo fan, they have a tendency to follow the animals more than they do the cowboys. So over the years, I've seen the quality and the athleticism of the livestock really blossom. So to me, it's much more exciting because it's, it gives everybody a run for their money.
Well, and you got a wide collection. You got the mutton, going down, but you got the Broncos coming up.
Yeah, what's really interesting is that, people don't realize, but there are a lot of pieces to this puzzle. And if they're not all connected and they don't all fit together, then you can really tell the difference. Now, for instance, we have a stock contractor here who provides these athletic animals, and he's always the stock contractor of the year. And so, the Cowboys, they're not coming down here to get on an athletic animal that they don't think that they can score on to win some money. Because, the animal gets 50 points and the Cowboy gets 50 points. And so you're not going to have much of a rodeo if you don't have the proper stock. So it's things like that that make a huge difference in our rodeo. Well, I'm going to let Mary Beth speak to that.
Oh my gosh, we start planning, as soon as this rodeo's over, we start planning again. Now currently we're running 2 PRC rodeos, so we have another one in October. We have a 2-day rodeo, and it's 6 years old. So it's just nonstop tweaking and planning and working at making it better and better and bigger and add more entertainment value to the people who attend here.
One thing that I've noticed is that people come from all over, not just this area, but throughout the state, throughout the country, maybe even internationally. Come to this rodeo because of the special
what amazes me that as you walk around and talk to the crowd, you would not believe how many people are from Europe, Sweden, Germany, all over the place. They all come to this rodeo because I guess at this time of year must be their vacation. And you'd be really surprised at how many people that are not U.S. citizens that come and grace us with their presence. And we really appreciate that. And we're pretty well known over across the seas there.
And the other thing that impresses me about this, and all you have to do is look around and you can see it, this is a very family-friendly event. People are here with their kids, there's seniors, there's something just for about everybody.
Yeah, I think that's probably our main mission statement as this for our nonprofit is that we want to continue the family atmosphere. We love to include the children. As a matter of fact, we have a very large contingent that participate in our junior rodeo series that we have every year. It's called the Youth Rodeo Association, and that's the next generation. But it is a family-friendly area, and as you can look around and see that everything here is wholesome and the goodness and historical and just really fantastic.
And Mary Beth, if I can ask you, one of the key things that makes us run so smoothly is your volunteers. Talk a little bit about your volunteers and the caliber and quality of the people that volunteer.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. We would not be able to do what we're doing without them. We have 120 fantastic volunteers who dedicate their time and their energy to this. We are very fortunate to be blessed with such a talented group of people to work with. And we're not only just a team, we are a family. The rodeo family is very much exists in this community, and it's you see a need, you feel a need, and it's with that spirit that we're able to do what we're able to do. So,
And Judge, final question for you, if I may. If there was something you would like to say to the larger community throughout this area, throughout this region, about the importance of their rodeo and why they should come and attend and support the rodeo, what would that be?
Well, I think probably the most important thing is the historical nature of this. So many things do not seem to be preserved in our history. I mean, if you go into the schools, for instance, very few of the areas that you and I may be familiar with seem to be taught to our young people. And so we're trying to keep something going here that has been here for many, many years. This rodeo is almost 100 years old. And, everybody loves cowboys and clowns, and they're a big part of our heritage. And we get in Florida especially. You might think Texas is, but no, sir, it's Florida. And we want to make sure we preserve that heritage, and we need the public support to do that. And we hope they'll come see us. Thank you.
How can they get in touch with you?
they can get in touch with us through our website, arcadiarodeo.com, or our Facebook page, Arcadia All Championship Florida Rodeo. This is Riley McKettrick. He's one of our hometown boys. Riley, why don't you say hi?
Hi, everybody.
So tell me how you got involved and what it is that you do at the Arcadia Rodeo.
So I'm one of the bullfighters here for the Arcadia All Florida Championship Rodeo. I got started, I used to ride bulls back in high school, and I wasn't ever no good at it, so I ended up swapping to fighting bulls and turned out be pretty decent at it.
Now you've got a little bit of history here too. You've got a dad that's involved with the Arcadia Rodeo, right?
Yes, ma'am. My dad, Carl, he's on the board. He's a big part of helping put on this rodeo. He's also one of the big sponsors, outgate sponsors for the event. So yeah, we're pretty involved with it.
That's right, the Arcadia Stockyard, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now you are also involved in another event that unfortunately we had canceled this time, but you want to tell a little bit about that one?
Yeah, the other event, which sadly got canceled, is the Bullfighters Only, which is American freestyle bullfighting, and that's where the bullfighters go toe-to-toe with a Mexican fighting bull for 60 seconds and try to show our control over an animal and do tricks and different stuff to wow a crowd and judges.
Yeah, and you were actually at the finals last year in Las Vegas, am I right?
Yes, ma'am. I ended up within the last 2 years going up through the qualifier rounds and making it to the top 10 guys both years.
That's right. So we're kind of proud of this kid here. So what do you think is the one of your favorite things about the Arcadia All Florida Championship Rodeo?
My favorite part is probably the different variety of people in the crowd. We have people from all over the country and the world come to the rodeo, and I'm lucky enough I get to meet and greet some people before and after rodeo, and just to hear their travel experiences getting here, it's pretty cool.
And it's a family event for you because I believe you got a sister that does something as well.
My sister, she runs the American flag in at the beginning of the rodeo and does that big entry with it.
So it's all about family, a rodeo family, right?
Oh yes, oh yes. Even outside my actual family, I got a group of buddies that we're all rodeo family. We all travel and help each other out down the road and throughout the whole year.
So, how we doing?
Can you ask Riley a question about
Sure.
the ultimate responsibility when you go to the ring is to protect the rider. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about that. What you do to help protect the rider.
So the bull riders, when they get on, eventually got to come off, and whether it's on their own accord or whether the bull makes them do it. And our job is to get in there and get that bull's attention away from them and off of them. That way they can get up and get on down to the road to another rodeo, because most of the time, like this weekend, there's 2 other rodeos going on in the state of Florida, and they're trying to hit all 3 of them. And if they get injured, it shorts their cut, it shorts their pay, and they can't go make the runs that they need to make a living at the sport. So we try to get in there and get those bulls' attention, and we'll take the hooking or the pain and all the injuries from them. That way they don't have to do it, so they can get down the road.
So what are some of the techniques that you use to get that bull distracted?
So mainly to get the bull distracted, what we like to do is get in their face, get their attention. Bulls kind of react more off of movement than people think. The old myth that they see red, they're actually colorblind. But what they see real good is movement. So we try to get in their face, make a lot of movement. That's why we wear the baggies and stuff, help catches their eye. And we like to yell at them. That'll get their attention a lot of the time. If someone's yelling at you, you're going to look at them and go to them too. So that's mainly one of our things we do, or just get our hands on them or get in front of them.
You ever been hurt?
I've been hurt a bunch here. I mean, it's part of the sport, though. I've had broken ribs, torn muscles, messed up knees and ankles and shoulders. So I've had a couple concussions too. But part of the job, we sign up for it.
How do you train for this? How do you practice so you become better at what you're doing?
We do a lot of the similar training that you'll see NFL and Major League Baseball players do. We're out there in the gyms doing 2-a-days and working out just as hard. Because if your body's able to take the pain from working out and your muscles are used to getting stretched out and broken down, then whenever you get hooked, it helps you out to get through it quicker. And then the best training is to get in front of bulls by going to a practice pen where guys are getting on and just going and doing it. That's the best practice is experience. So that's how we mostly train.
Right. So doing it. Perfect practice basically makes perfect, right?
Yeah, pretty much. The more you do it, the better you're going to be at it, the better you can read the bulls, and the more calm you'll be in the storm. So, best way to do it.
Well, they make them tough here in Arcadia. And this is Andy Petrona,
How you doing?
and you are a bareback.
Correct. Yeah. Originally from Australia.
From Australia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Over here on a college rodeo scholarship, and down here today in Florida, Arcadia, to get on one. So, yeah.
So what school?
Western Texas College. It's in Snyder. It's about 4 hours from Dallas, Fort Worth.
Okay. And are you still college student, or are you?
Yeah, I am until May. So.
Okay. And how many years now are you into your program?
So this is my second year.
Second year.
Second year of college. Yeah.
And how long have you been riding bareback broncs?
It would be 3 years in March, so, or the end of March. So. Yeah.
And I have to ask, why? Why did you get started?
It was actually a bet between me and a buddy, and I used to team rope and calf rope, and then now I found myself here. So, yeah.
A bet. Okay. All right. Now was that on the winning side of the bet or the losing side of the bet?
Sort of like an agreement, more of an agreement. Yeah, he had to get on a saddle bronc horse for me to get on a bareback horse. So.
Okay, and then you fell in love, and then you got hooked, and so is it like an addiction?
Yeah, it is. The good adrenaline rush, great people. Couldn't ask for more.
So I have to. Okay. So I have to ask you. So you travel around. So this is. Where's your next stop?
We'll go to Lake City tomorrow.
Okay.
So not far.
And I see that you're getting all strapped up and ready to go. So do you want to tell us a little bit about the preparations, what you're doing?
Just sort of taping my elbow in so it doesn't pop out, essentially. So, it helps to minimise the jerk that you get from the horse and save your elbow.
Is that an injury, or is that just part of your equipment?
Just part of equipment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And the piece of the equipment beside you?
It's the bareback rigging, so it's like a rawhide handle that we hold on to, and just a leather glove with some cheaters on it to help us stay in there, and yeah.
That's pretty amazing. Okay. All right. And now, how long? So you're. Sorry.
What's that?
What's next?
After college or after this rodeo, or hopefully stay here and keep rodeoing, and after this, hang out for a little bit. We drove 14 hours last night, about 9:30 after another rodeo to get here, and only got here at about 12:30. So, yeah.
Well, we're really happy to have you here at the Arcadia Rodeo. What do you think? How do you like riding here in this arena?
Oh, I'll tell you after I ride. It should be good though. It looks nice, so.
So this is your first time here at the Arcadia Rodeo?
Yeah, first time. So. We'll see
and we have some great bucking stock here with Frontier. Yep. Excited?
Yeah, I'm excited for my draw today. So we'll see how it all goes. It should be good.
Well, very good. Excellent.
My name's Blue Jeans. I live in Winnie, Texas, which is between Beaumont and Houston. And I'm a professional bullfighter at my 20th All-Florida Championship Rodeo right here in Arcadia.
And you've been doing this for 20 years?
I've been doing this rodeo for 20 years. I've been a professional for 24 years.
Now, how did you get started in the business?
My dad was a rodeo announcer, and I grew up going to the rodeos with him and watching the bullfighters and the rodeo clowns and just kind of fell in love with it.
And over the years, you've just perfected your ability and your talent to be a professional bull rider.
Bullfighter.
Bullfighter.
Yes, sir.
Tell us what a bullfighter does.
Well, the bullfighter is dressed, as you can tell, a lot like the traditional rodeo clown. We help the barrel man with some of his comedy and some of the acts that he does. But when it comes bull riding time, that's when we get real serious. Our job whether the cowboy bucks off or he makes the 8-second ride, our job is to distract the bull, get his attention, make him chase us, so the bull rider can hit the ground and find the fence and get out of danger.
Now, that's your priority, is to protect the
Yes,
rider.
yes.
So, and a lot of times you guys are in there within a second.
Absolutely. You learn to anticipate the buck off. You watch those guys, and we see them make a mistake that's going to get them bucked off, and we learn to anticipate that and get ourselves into a position, and that's how we protect ourselves as well, because we pick the opportune moment to step in and distract the bull. But there are times, rodeo's a wild, uncontrolled sport. Just like here yesterday, a cowboy fell right under a bull. The bull turned back to run over him. I stepped between them, wasn't enough room, and I got run over. But that's what they pay us for. That's our job. We're like the Secret Service of bull riding.
And that's a good analogy. Tell me some of the techniques that you've developed that help you distract that bull.
Well, number one, you better be in good physical condition. You got to work out and stay in shape. And you'll see me with Darren Robertson and Riley McKettrick here today, and you'll watch us work as a team. Because, there's 360 degrees around a bull. Each bullfighter works, as we work together as a team, one guy has one side and I have the other. And we work as a team to distract that bull. A bull's got 4 legs and he can actually outrun all of us. All right? But we outmaneuver him, and that's how we keep ourselves safe.
And one of the key things is to keep that bull away from the rider until he's picked up where he's able to run off.
Absolutely. That's our job in a nutshell. It gets a little more complicated than that, but when you break it down, that is basically our job.
Now, you who've been doing this for a number of years, obviously there's been some incidents where you haven't been fast enough or the bull's too fast. Share something with us.
Probably the worst injury I've had in my entire career. I basically stepped in, where they run barrels during the rodeo. I stepped in a barrel track and tripped, and a bull stepped on me and broke both bones in my lower leg. And I've got a titanium rod in there now. I can't tell you how many bumps, bruises, sprains. I broken wrist. But a lot of that stuff that's to the normal person sounds bad, but for a career as long as I've been doing this, it's been pretty minimal. I mean, believe it or not, I've still got my original ACLs and my knees, and now I've torn some MCLs. That's why I wear the brace that I wear. But all in all, I've been pretty injury-free for what I do for a living.
Yeah, and I would consider you an athlete just as much as an NBA player, an MLB player.
Absolutely.
What are some of the things that you do and other people do to stay in shape, to train for this very, very dangerous sport?
Well, believe it or not, we train a lot like a boxer does. It's a lot of CrossFit type stuff, but you train like a boxer because there's when you step into a boxing ring, there's no adrenaline in the world like going toe to toe with another man. Well, going toe to toe with a bull is the same type of adrenaline. There's so much adrenaline that you have to overtrain to have your legs under you, because you believe it or not, people that have never done this before, the first time they do it, when that adrenaline with that bull chasing them, when that adrenaline hits them, it overtakes them, and their legs will get weak and they'll get jello legs. And I mean, so you have to overtrain your legs and basically between your ears to handle the adrenaline and keep yourself under control to be able to do your job.
Now, how many days out of the year are you on the road in different rodeos?
I don't know exactly how many days of the year. I probably do there's 52 weeks in the year, and I do probably 27 or 28 rodeos. Some of those rodeos double weekend though. Pasadena, Texas is a big rodeo I do that it starts on one weekend and ends on another. So there's a lot of those. So I can't tell you how many days, but like for instance, when I get here to the Arcadia Rodeo, we pull into town, my wife and I, we park the trailer, and then all week I run these bleachers and exercise, and that's what we do during the week. And we go fishing a little bit too and have a little fun. But you're in Florida, obviously you got to do a little bit of that. But and so you have to self-train. That's the hardest part of this business. A boxer's got a trainer, a football player has a coach. All the other sports have coaches that train you, but we have to train ourselves. But when you're going up against those guys right there, it'll motivate you to get your butt up and go train and get in good shape.
Let me ask you this: you've been all over the country, probably all over the world. With rodeo as a professional, top of your field. You've been here at Arcadia how many times?
It's my 20th year.
What do you think of this facility, and what do you think of the Arcadia Rodeo?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I tell people all the time that this is the best rodeo east of the Mississippi River, and I say that with confidence. And the reason it is because the team of people that are here, they care about the rodeo, they care about the fans, and they work all year to make this rodeo good. I do lots of rodeos. Not everybody works this hard. Not everybody tries this hard, and not everybody's as concerned with the product they're putting out as they do here in Arcadia. And I'll put this rodeo up against any rodeo in pro rodeo. It's as good as it gets.
I am with John Harrison. He's the rodeo clown for the Arcadia March Rodeo. Would you say hi?
Hi, how's everybody doing? Glad to be here.
So, welcome to the Arcadia Rodeo, and I know you've been here before. How many times have you been with us here at the Arcadia Rodeo?
So this is my second time here at the rodeo, and one of my favorite rodeos to go to. First of all, Oklahoma don't really, like you think, be that cold, but it's in the 50s there right now, mist and rain. So I'm in Florida, it's 85 degrees, my wife's at home in front of the fire, I'm loving life.
She's jealous, probably. Yeah.
For sure. My kids wanted to come back with me this year because it was so warm last year. They enjoyed spring break down here. Weeks changed, they didn't get to come, so they're at home in the cold weather.
So tell us a little bit about what you do when you get out there. What is your job?
So my job from the very beginning of the rodeo to the end is to entertain and have fun with the crowd. I got the best job out there. I get to work with Greg Simas, the rodeo announcer. I harass him from the very beginning. I get to watch every ride. I got the best seat in the house. And then I get to have fun with the crowd too. So interact back and forth, entertain them with an act. Today we're going to do a bouncy horse act. We're going to get people out of the stands. We're going to have a good old-fashioned horse race, give away some money. And then come time for the bull riding, things get a little bit more serious. We get in the barrel. Barrel's an island of safety for the cowboy. And it's got a hole in the bottom and handles. I can pick it up and move it. But if a bull rider gets bucked off more toward the middle of the arena and can't get to the fence, he can come out there to me. I get the attention of the bull. The bull hits me and lets him get away. And that way he can ride again tomorrow.
Sounds good. So you play an integral not only entertaining, but you also help keep everybody safe. So have you been injured before?
Oh yeah. If you rodeo, like the safest job in rodeo is secretary, timer, announcer. Other than that, you're going to get hurt. I mean, eventually it doesn't matter what you do. If you work in the back pins or if you drive a truck, like whatever it is, you eventually get hurt. You don't even count stitches and stuff anymore. We've had both knees reconstructed, shoulder reconstruction. I need a hip, herniated disc. There's all kinds of injuries.
So I bet you and Greg Simas have a good time after, considering he's got one of the safer jobs up there in the announcer stand.
Oh yeah, I harass him, but he's up there with the ladies. ladies, so you have to watch out because he will get tuned up by them every once in a while.
I gotcha. So now I know you have a partner. It's a horse. So tell me a little bit about your horse.
So I get to travel. My horse's name is Gus. Gus is 25 years old. I got him when he was 2 years old. He's been with me ever since we trained him. And he's my trick riding horse. So he's the horse that lets you fall off the side, hang upside down, run beside him. Everything you're not supposed to do on a horse, and he don't care. And his personality is great. He's trained to do that. He's trained to kick at me. He's trained to pee on command. He's got so many like little niches and quirks for him. He's like that horse. They say God gives you one good dog and one good horse. He's my horse.
So he's your best friend and your partner in crime and
my wife always says if something happens to me and you, the horse is staying with me.
I gotcha. All right, so what's it like? Tell us a little bit about what it's like doing your thing in that beautiful arena.
Man, so it's what it's about. So everybody in the world's got problems. I don't care what it is. Everybody's got an issue they're dealing with. What's cool is you can come out here for 2 hours. Everybody gets away from everything that's going on in their life. So we come out here for 2 hours, forget about it, have fun, and then when it's all over with, you can talk about the good times and get back to the real life. But for 2 hours, you can get away from everything and let it all go and have a great time right here in Arcadia.
Absolutely. So 92 years old this March Rodeo is. How's it feel to be a part of a tradition?
Man, there's not very many rodeos that can stick together and have committees that work together and stuff that last that long. So 92 years is definitely one of the longest running rodeos in tradition of rodeo, and to be part of it, I mean, this is kind of stuff, rodeos like that. My grandfather's a world champion bull rider, Freckles Brown, and so you got to think, my grandfather rodeoed in Florida, and like here we are down here, 50 years later doing the same thing.
That's amazing. That's incredible.
If there was one thing you wanted to say to people that might be watching this about your job and rodeo in general, what would it be?
Man, here's the one thing about rodeo. It doesn't matter where you're at in the country with rodeo. Rodeo is a family sport. You can bring your 5-year-old child out, you can bring grandma to the rodeo, and everybody's going to have a good time. It's a family entertainment for everyone, so come see us.
Absolutely. So we've been doing this for 92 years, and family tradition, ranching tradition, rodeo tradition, and so happy to have you be a part of it. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Maybe one day my kids will be here. Who knows?
That'd be cool.
Thank you.
I'm with two young ladies here who love rodeo, and they love the Arcadia Rodeo, and I have Nora Corbin, right?
Yeah.
And how old are you, honey?
8.
8 years old. And this is your sister over here? And you are?
11 years old.
And this is Ava Corbin, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So how long have you two girls been coming to the Arcadia Rodeo?
2 other years.
How long?
2 other years.
Oh my goodness. How long?
3 years.
3 years. Gotcha. And what is your favorite event at the Arcadia Rodeo?
I like 2 events. I like when they ride on the bulls and the quadrille or something. Where they do the dance and stuff.
The dance, the quadrille also? Okay. And how about you? What's your favorite events?
I like when they have the ropes and they try to get the other animals.
Okay, so the calf roping and I think they call the heading and heeling or team roping event? Yeah? How about the bull riding? Do you like bull riding?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And as far as the horse events, do you like the bareback bronc or do you like the saddle bronc?
I like the bear one.
Bareback? Yeah, the bareback is really, really exciting. So now you two gals, I understand, like to, you save your money and you like to give to your favorite charities, and I understand that the Arcadia Rodeo is one of your favorite. So can I ask you why? Why is the Arcadia Rodeo one of your favorites?
I just like watching them try to catch the horses and watching them ride around.
It's a pretty fun thing, isn't it? And it's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And how about you? Why did you choose the Arcadia Rodeo as one of your favorite charities to give to?
Because I just think it's a great place to be, and it's really exciting and fun, and you never know what's gonna happen if they're gonna, if the bull is gonna knock the person off, and it's really fun.
And how about the food? What do you think of the food here at the Arcadia Rodeo? Do they know how to do barbecue?
Yeah.
Yeah? What's your favorite thing to eat?
The hot dogs that are downstairs.
Hot dogs, your favorite thing? Okay, her favorite is the hot dogs. What's your favorite?
The hot dogs.
Hot dogs. All right, so you both love the hot dogs. That's pretty awesome. So today you gave a donation to the Arcadia Rodeo, and on behalf of all of us, we want to thank you so much for your generous support. It means a great deal to us that you are part of it. You know, the rodeo is a family, and you are both part of our family. Do you know that? You're a very important part of our family, and we're so grateful to have you as part of that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so now I've got to ask you some fashion questions, okay? So I see you're both wearing pink hats, all right? So is pink your favorite color?
Yes.
Yeah. Now you're wearing a light pink hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. It brings out your eyes a little more, I notice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is pink your favorite color?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I noticed that you're wearing a darker pink hat.
Yeah, I like hot pink, and I like light pink.
Okay, so you like hot pink. Oh, you like light pink? Yeah. All right. Now do you girls also ride horses?
I used to until it scared me when the horse bucked.
Okay.
So I'll do it again. Just I stopped for a while.
You took a break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So do you see yourself as a barrel race rider someday?
Probably.
Probably. Yeah. That would be pretty cool. And Now, do you also ride horses?
I used to when I was 5, and I did it for a couple of years. And then I did gymnastics, and I still do gymnastics and dance and stuff like that.
Okay. Do you think you'll ever get back to riding?
Probably.
Probably. What do you think you'd like to do? Barrel racing or jumping or dressage?
The dressage.
Dressage. You like dressage too? Well, don't tell anybody here at the rodeo, but I'm also a dressage rider, and that's my favorite sport also. Well, next to rodeo, next to the Arcadia Rodeo, I love dressage. And you know what, girls? We're going to be bringing dressage here to the arena. We're going to have 2 dressage shows this year. And when we do, I'd like you both to come as my special guest. Would you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Would you come as my special guest? Awesome. That would be amazing. Well, let's see if Mr. Charles has any more questions for us. I think he's talking, so I guess we can keep talking. All right. So, what would you like to ask me something?
How long have you been at the rodeo and doing?
That's a really good question. So I've been at the rodeo. I came on board last July, and so I'm kind of new. I moved to Florida a little over a year and a half ago, and I came aboard as the executive director of the Arcadia Championship Florida Rodeo, All Florida Championship Rodeo, last July, and I have been having so much fun. It's one of the most amazing jobs ever. How about you? Do you have a question? Anything. You can ask anything you want. Okay. How about, do you have another question?
Do you plan on being at the rodeo like for the rest of your life, or do you plan on retiring from this and doing something else?
Well, that's another good question. I kind of let that in the hands of the good Lord. The good Lord brought me here to Arcadia. I never ever dreamt I'd be here, and here I am. And the good Lord brought me here, and I have this wonderful position, and I work with a wonderful group of people. Like I said, the rodeo is kind of family, and you guys are part of that family now. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Have you ever been out there like they are?
Have I been in the arena? I actually have been. I trailered my horse down a couple of times. I have a gray Andalusian. His name is Hedgelon. And I brought in Sabine Schutz-Carey, who's an international dressage trainer. She's from Germany, and now she's based out of California. And she came in and did a clinic. So we had about 18 rides over 2 days, and I rode in the clinic. Yeah, and whenever we have our dressage shows, I'll be trailing Hedgelon, and I'll be riding at the dressage shows. What do you think of that?
Cool, huh?
That's pretty cool, huh? What do you think of that?
That's cool.
I have to tell you, it's a fabulous arena to ride in. It's so much fun. And maybe someday you two girls will get a chance to ride in it. What do you think? Yeah, would you like that? Yeah? Maybe I'll let you ride Hedgelon someday. That'd be pretty cool, huh? Okay. What's that?
We might get a horse.
Yeah? What kind of horse might you get?
We don't know.
No? Well, if you ever need help, you tell your mom to call me. I will help you guys find a good horse. Okay? Do you hear me? If you ever need help finding a good horse, you let me know. I know people in places that might be able to help us find some horses for you. You think maybe we could find you a horse here in Arcadia? Well, if not Arcadia, we'll probably be able to find you one close by anyways, right? Yeah. Well, you girls are beautiful. Thank you so much for helping me with this interview. And again, thank you so much, girls, for your generous donation. We really appreciate your support. Without your help and support, this is what keeps the Arcadia Rodeo going and allows us to do all the good things that we're able to do. Help other civic organizations and youth groups. Oh, and you know what? Speaking of youth organizations, did you know that we have a youth rodeo? We have the Arcadia Youth Rodeo Association. You guys could join, and you could learn how to ride barrel racing horses, or you could learn how to do calf tying, all that stuff. We've got about 80 kids right now in the youth, and it's a lot of fun. And every month they meet here in this arena. What's that?
Every month?
Almost every month except about 4 months during the summer when it gets too hot, but every other month they're here. Would you like that? So we're gonna get your mom to bring you up. We're gonna get your mom to bring you up at one of the youth rodeos, okay? So you can watch. Would you like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like that?
Thank you.
All right, since he's letting us have a good time here, let's say, what can we say? Yeehaw Arcadia Rodeo. Are you ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeehaw Arcadia Rodeo. All right, girls. Give me a fist bump. Oh, thank you so much, girls. You guys are great.
My name is Molly McKettrick. I am from Arcadia, Florida, and today and this weekend I've been running the American flag for the Arcadia All Championship Rodeo. So my brother and my dad are very involved with the Rodeo Association. So I got involved to run the American flag kind of as a voluntold system. And my dad gave me the opportunity to come out here and run the tribute for our American tribute and all that. And so I got to run the POW flag, and then as our beloved Berkeley Blue left of college, I got to do the American flag.
It's quite an honor. Really.
Yes.
So how many years have you been involved with the rodeo?
I've been involved with the rodeo for running flags for 3, but I've been here and been living here for about 6 years, so we've came every year and helped out with bucking bulls, with our livestock auction down the road, holding all of the animals, and so I've just been a part of it for as long as I can remember. I think it's kind of cool that everybody decided to come out here despite all of the corona, debacle that keeps going around, and so I think it's really amazing how all these people decided, to get around and get to be around the sport of rodeo.
Is there a special part of the rodeo that you enjoy more than others?
I think Rub Sock is always a good time. It's always, fun to see everybody, but if I have to be completely honest, I love to watch the tie-down roping. I like to see everything and how it plays out, but bull riding, bronc riding, it's all fun. I like to watch my brother fight and get to, support him as he does what he loves. So my middle brother, I have two older brothers, but my middle brother got involved with bull riding and rode in just a couple youth rodeo associations. But as he just discovered that he was not the best at bull riding, he got into bullfighting and has kind of just taken it underway and got his PRCA card and has just been trying to fight as many pro rodeos as possible and hopefully be a mentor to other younger bullfighters as Blue Jeans, Robert Blue Jeans is to him. So I am unfortunately a senior, so this is my last year carrying the American flag, but I go to college in August and I'm going to major in ad communications and journalism to hopefully one day be a TV interviewer.
What would you say to people that
1756 1756 so that means 16 was Carlton
There's a whole lot of debacles that go around with if it's unhumane and now we handle our livestock, but just from a point of view of a person who has grown up and has seen the industry evolve, I think that if you've never seen a rodeo, you just have to come out and be kind of behind the scenes and see everybody and how, the stock contractors, how they take care of the bulls, how they take care of the broncs, and how we take care of the calves even. I mean, they have sometimes a better life than I do, not having to stress out too much. So I just think it's one of the coolest things, and it's a great event to join and to possibly, get your kids involved in. And I think it's an ongoing show and just overall fun time.
But friends.
So today we are here at the Arcadia All Championship Rodeo with one of our favorite directors and my dad, Carl McKettrick. Dad, how are you feeling about this rodeo? How do you feel about the turnout? Give me the overall rundown. What you think?
I think it was great. I mean, we had a great turnout today. We had well over 5,000, maybe even better than 6,000 people here today, and we had a top shelf athletics with the horses and the bulls from the Frontier Rodeo Company. So a very good turnout today.
And as we've seen before, Frontier is one of the best stock contractors here in the industry. Dad, how do you feel like everything is just going with the stock, our riders? Give me the rundown on that too.
Well, anytime you deal with Jerry Nelson and Heath Stewart and Frontier Rodeo Company, and you get the top of the shelf, all these horses and bulls, there's a lot of them that end up in the NFR. So you got a lot of top shelf people that are animals, that are animal athletes that are doing just a phenomenal job. And they're when you come to this rodeo this time of the year with a packed house, the animals just perform. We got the great environment with the heat, humidity, and the dirt, and we had a great crowd, and it was a good day.
And as you can tell, we've been new to the Mosaic Arena. Dad, how long have you been a part of this rodeo? And kind of give us a general rundown of what your role is here.
Well, I'm just one of the directors, one of the many directors that we have here at the Arcadia Rodeo Association. My role is kind of doing a little bit of everything. We take care of the ground, we take care of the animals. We help get the seats to the stands and all the facilities ready for our patrons to come in. We got a lot of nice vendors outside that take care of vendors. Before the show, we have bands that are playing. We have after parties, so it's just a good environment. So anywhere I can help out, with as being one of the directors, we like to do that and help out anywhere we can.
And as you can tell, it's a very fun, family-filled rodeo, and all three of us kids are kind of involved. Give us a rundown on what you think on the whole family portion of this.
Well, you know, the family is a big piece of this rodeo. It's a family environment. We bring a lot of people here. Obviously, I'm very proud to see you bring in the American flag today. You did a very good job there. You know, Max, your oldest brother, helps us out in the back pens and is working with the livestock side of things. And of course, we got our little bullfighter, your middle brother, if you will, that's out there protecting the cowboys and keeping them safe as they're riding and doing his craft at that environment. So, you know, rodeo has been a very big part of us for a lot of years. The cattle industry, the agriculture industry has done, you know, we've been a part of for a lot of years. So to complement it here with the Arcadia All Florida Championship Rodeo is just great.